Time Warner Cable is pleased to be an underwriting sponsor for Carolina Week.
Coming up on the April 2nd edition of Carolina Week.
I'm Andrew Wooden. We have a new slate of student government officers at Carolina.
A grand jury indicts the two men accused of killing Eve Carson.
In sports, the Tar Heels are getting ready for a chance to claim their 6th national title in basketball.
Weathercaster Johnny O will tell us if this weather roller coaster ride will continue.
All that and a last hurrah that'll keep you on your feet. Carolina Week starts right now.
From the James F. Goodman Studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, connecting campus and community, this is Carolina Week.
Hello and welcome to the Wednesday edition of Carolina Week. I'm Sarah Huffman.
And I'm Adam Rue. Thank you for joining us. We first turn to sportscaster Walter Storholt with a preview of this weekend's Final Four matchup. Walter, what can we expect when the Heels face Kansas this weekend?
I'll tell you what, Adam, the Heels can expect a very tough opponent. That's the one thing that we do know. Kansas has looked impressive through the season and throughout the tournament, but the Tar Heels have been equally, if not more, impressive. For the second time since Roy Williams came back to UNC and the 17th time in school history, the Tar Heels are in the Final Four. The winner of Saturday's game will face either UCLA or Memphis in the national championship game. For the Jayhawks, they ended the Cinderella story of the tournament by beating Davidson to advance to the Final Four. And for Roy Williams, this is a much-anticipated matchup against a school he knows all too well. But Williams says that won't affect his coaching.
Well, it's hard, but once the game starts, we're playing another team, and it will be no different.
It may not be any different from Roy Williams, but any Final Four game for Carolina fans is always something special.
Yeah, a lot of people really excited about this game. I can already really feel the energy on campus as everybody's looking forward to the game.
It'll be a fun weekend.
Yeah, Walter, thanks. If the Tar Heels win, Chapel Hill police know Franklin Street will be the place students go to celebrate. Officials gave us these tips if you're watching the game here. Parking meters on the 100 block of East Franklin Street, all of Henderson Street and all of North Columbia Street will be bagged for no parking starting at 3:30 Saturday afternoon. Officials will tow vehicles parked in those areas starting at 7 o'clock that evening. And businesses will have extra staff on hand to prevent or report any problems. Of course, the big celebration would follow a win on Monday night in the national championship game, and the same parking rules would apply.
One of the perks of being student body president is getting a good seat at the game. But that's not the first thing on the mind of our new SBP. Andrew Wooden was on hand for the swearing-in ceremony. Woody, what was the atmosphere like last night?
Well, the basketball team isn't the only source of excitement this week. While the Heels hope to make it rain in San Antonio, the new student body president, J.J. Rayner, is hoping to put her campaign slogan, "Make it rain," to work back home. Though friends and family came to see loved ones be sworn into their new post, the real rock star of the 2008 student government inauguration was J.J. Rayner, who's already got big plans for UNC's future.
I decided to run for student body president because I took a look both at many of the decisions that we're going to be facing over the next year or so in terms of new chancellor, growth policy, master plan for developing the university.
Here we go. All right.
Jokes and laughter carried well into the evening, something Rayner says is indicative of her cabinet's fun-loving spirit.
I'm looking forward to the people I'm going to get to work with. Todd's awesome, in case you couldn't see tonight, and so is Pedro, Andrew, oh my gosh, like, I hope that he doesn't show us up on speeches every night.
It's the same vibrant spirit that Eve Carson, both friend and mentor to Rayner, embodied so well. Many of those set to work with JJ next year, like Greek District Representative Brent Blomqvist, know she is more than ready to carry Eve's standard of excellence.
As a freshman, being new to the university, seeing people that are older than me that I can look up to, that are driven, it's a blessing.
So JJ, from one Tar Heel to another, always remember one thing.
The Carolina Way is not about how many service hours you accumulate. Instead, it represents that common thread that binds us together despite our different interests and experiences. Our unwavering commitment to serve others.
Make it rain, JJ. Make it rain. Now, because JJ took over the remainder of Eve's term, she's actually already begun working on the Chancellor Search Committee.
Started working on anything else?
Not officially, but she did tell me she's putting together a group to help formulate a new economic policy for the university. Sarah?
Andrew Wooden live in the newsroom. Thank you, Woody.
An Orange County grand jury has indicted the 2 men accused of killing former UNC student body president Eve Carson. The grand jury indicted DeMario James Atwater and Lawrence Alvin Lovett Jr. on 1 count each of first-degree murder. Police say the pair shot and killed Carson, seen here in file footage, early on the morning of March 5th at the intersection of Hillcrest Drive and Hillcrest Circle. The indictments mean jurors believe the state's case is strong enough to prosecute the men for Carson's murder. Atwater is in the Orange County jail with no bond. Lovett, who's accused of another murder as well, is in custody in Durham in lieu of $3 million bond.
If you're concerned about the environment, you'll be happy to know that bars in Chapel Hill are going green. Bar workers are thinking twice before throwing away their bottles. A new law now requires bars to recycle all glass bottles. Staff members at Pentana Bob's in Chapel Hill say they collect the bottles from customers and separate them by color behind the bar. They say the law hasn't affected business and some customers are catching on and actually helping with the recycling.
We've removed some trash cans. We've also added some bins out back for Orange County Recycling, or from Orange County Recycling. I think they're dumped twice a week, and typically we need them dumped that often because we typically fill them up.
So now the worry about bottles going into the landfill won't keep students from downing another cold one. Barack Obama is adding some humor to his campaign. The Wayans brothers have joined his team. Actors Sean and Marlon Wayans will visit North Carolina colleges this weekend in support of Obama. Their mission is to get students registered to vote. The actors will visit several colleges in the state, including UNC Chapel Hill. One student thinks the Wayans brothers will have a positive influence on the campaign.
For people that aren't on campus and are educated and see the Wayans brothers that are on BET, they'll influence them to come out and vote.
The deadline to register for the North Carolina primary is April 11th. The primary itself is on May 6th. When you walk through campus or near your house, you might feel uncomfortable if you knew someone or something was watching from above.
Coming up, we'll show you what could be the peeping Tom of the 21st century.